Because obviously the buzzword right now is everyone needs to build their personal brand. You've got to put yourself out there, connect with the human first, all that stuff. Yes, that is a really good strategy, but I think it always is important to say, like, putting yourself out there is not easy. I post 6 times a week on LinkedIn. To show up 6 times in 7 days and be expected to have something to say, and not just like something to say of, oh, you know, she told us what she had for breakfast. I mean, some people might mention that, I don't know. But, you know, to actually have something that's worth paying attention to, it can be really hard. And I think too, like as much as I've leaned into being vulnerable and being authentic, I have now put the pressure on myself that is the human that I need to be a lot of the time, because that's the kind of content that people expect from me. And I love that is the expectation, because I feel like I've almost like set the status quo of what good content can look like, and, you know, people being able to connect with humans on a deeper level. But at the same time, it is not easy to always be honest about what I'm going through. Like, I remember a while ago, I think it was about 2 months ago, I did a post on LinkedIn about being a first-time business owner and everything. And like, yes, obviously, you know, like, oh, it must be amazing that you were fully booked within a month. You know, I had 110 people reach out, all this sort of stuff. But it's like, yeah, that was the hype story, absolutely. But what most people also don't know, and this was what the post was talking about, is it's like, you know, the sleepless nights, the doubting yourself, the imposter syndrome, the not knowing what to do next, the not knowing who to reach out to for help. I lost $80,000 in my first year of business because I chose a shit marketing coach. I had contracts fall through that I had like miswritten, and they basically took advantage of that. There were so many mistakes that I made along the way, and to essentially feel almost obligated to admit those mistakes, because that is the persona that I have built on LinkedIn. It is forever a standard I'm going to hold myself, because I see the value of doing that, because so many people choose to be like, oh, well, I'll just share the good stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but it's the shit stuff that we bond over that changes the expectation of the next generation coming through. And I think a big thing for me with how I choose to show up, it is a responsibility that is on me of like, is what I am sharing truthful, or is it going to feed into a narrative that, you know, shouldn't exist? I've always been very intentional of, at no point do I want anyone to look at my career or my journey and be like, oh, that was so easy for her. That was an overnight success for her. Look at how well she did. I have always made sure and been very intentional that I have documented and been honest about my journey, because it has not been easy. It has taken me 11 years to get here. I have been pushed down more times than I have been pushed up. It has been a huge amount of work for not always a lot of payoff. And I have never wanted to feed into that narrative of her career looked so easy because she only spoke about the highlights.